There is a wondrous power within you, a radiant force that responds to every kind intention, every gentle thought, and every loving word you offer yourself. Self-love is not a distant goal or an abstract concept. It is the very foundation of your being that begs to be recognized and celebrated. In many online communities today, people are diving into fresh, inspired practices, from daily mirror work rituals to collective affirmation challenges, in hopes of nurturing that inner spark of compassion. But these are not just internet trends. They are a call to awaken the immeasurable love you already hold inside. Take a moment to breathe into your heart space. Feel that soft warmth at the center of your chest, a reminder that you are so much more than the doubts that whisper in your mind. This journey we're about to embark on is designed to gently guide you back to your innate worthiness. There is no requirement for perfection, no need to justify or prove yourself. Instead, imagine each word as a tender invitation to step closer to the truth of who you are, a being deserving of limitless kindness and care. In the coming sections, we'll explore how awareness of your thoughts can create profound shifts, why releasing self-criticism frees you to heal, and how powerful affirmations can flood your life with renewed hope. We will also uncover the deep connection between your emotional patterns and physical health, learning to embrace emotions as allies rather than enemies. You'll discover meaningful daily rituals that anchor your self-love and remind you that small, consistent steps can lead to massive, long-term transformation. If you've been curious about the recent surge of mirror work videos or the hashtag-driven affirmation challenges that promise to rewrite your subconscious beliefs, know that this moment is ripe for your personal breakthrough. It's not about the hype, it's about the heartfelt intention behind each new practice. When approached with genuine openness, these tools can serve as gentle catalysts for remarkable inner change. Consider them like gentle streams leading back to the same expansive ocean of self-acceptance. Throughout this experience, allow your heart to be receptive. Let judgments melt away just for these few sacred moments and be present with the words you hear. As you do, remember you are worthy of this healing journey. You are free to love yourself wholly, to release old burdens, and to embrace every facet of your being. You are here now, stepping onto a path of blossoming self-awareness, where each step forward carries you deeper into the truth that you have always been enough. Rest your hands over your heart if it feels comforting, and silently repeat, I am open to receiving love, and I choose to give that love first to myself. Let this be your opening affirmation. As the journey unfolds, may you feel your heart lighten and your spirit expand. And may you continue forward, knowing that you hold the key to your own radiant transformation. The first step in any profound journey of self-love is the tender act of noticing. Often, we rush through life without pausing to recognize the incessant chatter in our minds, the repetitive thoughts, the worries, the criticisms, and the endless to-do lists. But the moment we choose to notice those thoughts without judgment, we unlock a door to deep, lasting change. Awareness is like shining a warm, gentle light on the darkest corners of your internal world. Imagine you've been carrying a small lantern through a vast, uncharted cave. The shadows may seem daunting at first, but as you cast your light, you begin to see that there is nothing truly terrifying lurking there. only unfamiliar landscapes waiting to be understood. This illumination is the gift of self-awareness. It helps you see the patterns that have shaped your life and offers you the power to reshape them. Take a breath right now and let it be a conscious one. Feel the air flowing in through your nose, filling your lungs, and then leaving in a serene exhale. This simple act serves as a reminder that every moment is an opportunity to step out of autopilot and into gentle observation. Ask yourself, what am I thinking? What is the tone of my inner voice? How do these thoughts make my body feel? By shining a compassionate light on your mental landscape, you begin to see how certain ideas or beliefs, long left unexamined, might be influencing your daily life. You may discover that some thoughts revolve around old stories, things you were told about who you are or what you can achieve. Recognize these stories as just that, narratives your mind has repeated. In your new state of awareness, you can observe them without letting them define you. If you notice self-defeating beliefs creeping in, gently say, I see you and I understand you, but I am choosing a more loving story now. With each compassionate acknowledgement, you weaken the grip of old negativity. From this place of awareness, you can begin to introduce a fresh perspective, one rooted in kindness and acceptance. A helpful affirmation might be, I allow myself to see the truth of my inner beauty. My thoughts are becoming a loving companion to my heart. You don't have to force yourself to be positive all the time. Instead, hold space for all emotions, all thoughts, but do so with tenderness. Each time you engage with yourself gently, you reinforce the truth that you are deserving of understanding and respect. Remember, self-awareness is not about self-blame. It's about self-discovery. It's shining a compassionate light on the totality of who you are. When you do, you realize you've been worthy all along. Let this recognition be the foundation upon which you build deeper self-love in the days and weeks to come. The more you see and accept yourself in each passing moment, the more you align with the love that has always been ready to flow through you. One of the most challenging barriers to self-love is the habit of self-criticism. It can feel like an ever-present whisper in the back of your mind, questioning your worth and your abilities. Sometimes these criticisms are so ingrained that they masquerade as motivation. But true growth arises not from harshness, but from a loving desire to learn and evolve. Consider the internal critic as a character in your story, one that initially aimed to protect you from making mistakes or getting hurt. Over time, this character may have grown overly strict, judging every move, picking apart every perceived flaw. Instead of banishing the critic with anger, try meeting it with curiosity and compassion. Ask, what are you trying to tell me? Why do you think I'm unsafe if I'm not perfect? Often beneath the surface lies a vulnerable need to be accepted, to be valued, or to feel in control. When we reject or fight against our self-criticism, we risk strengthening it. By treating it with empathy, we have a chance to transform it. Imagine you're comforting a worried child. You wouldn't scold the child. You'd gently reassure them. Apply the same approach to your inner critic. Acknowledge its presence. Thank it for attempting to keep you safe, and kindly let it know there's a better way forward now, one guided by self-understanding instead of condemnation. You may start to notice how self-criticism not only hurts emotionally, but can manifest in physical tension. Tight shoulders, clenched jaw, or shallow breathing. This connection between the mind and body underscores the importance of releasing self-criticism for holistic well-being. By easing internal blame, you create more room in your body for relaxation and healing. This is the essence of treating yourself as you would treat a beloved friend, someone worthy of gentle reminders rather than harsh judgments. If you find yourself getting swept up in self-blame, interrupt the cycle with a reassuring affirmation. I release the need to judge myself harshly, and I welcome gentle understanding. Speak it softly to yourself or write it down in a journal. Each time you do, you're creating a new neural pathway, one that supports your self-worth. Over time, these pathways become more dominant than the old patterns of criticism, and you'll begin to feel lighter, more confident, and more open to love. Remember, releasing self-criticism is not an overnight endeavor. It's a process that unfolds one compassionate choice at a time. Each time you notice that inner voice turning negative, view it as an opportunity to practice a different response. Little by little, you'll see your perspective shifting. Once you free yourself from the weight of constant self-judgment, your entire being breathes more easily, and your capacity for self-love grows exponentially. Embrace this progress, and know that every moment of kindness you extend to yourself paves the way for a life guided by acceptance, peace, and unwavering inner support. Affirmations serve as the gentle reminders of who you truly are beneath layers of doubt and old conditioning. Think of them as seeds of possibility planted in the fertile soil of your mind. When watered with consistency and faith, they blossom into new beliefs that honor your intrinsic worth and celebrate your potential for growth. In recent times, you may have seen social media posts encouraging daily affirmation challenges or spotted sticky notes peppering mirrors with phrases like, "I am enough." While these gestures may seem small, their power lies in their repetition. The mind learns through repeated exposure. So each time you speak an affirmation, you're giving your subconscious a new blueprint, an uplifting perspective that counters self-limiting thoughts. The key to effective affirmations is to truly feel the words you're saying. It's not merely reciting letters in a sentence. As you proclaim, "I am worthy of love," pause and sense that statement in your body. Notice if your shoulders loosen or if your breathing deepens. If resistance arises, explore it with gentleness, asking, "What part of me finds this hard to believe?" Instead of forcing yourself to feel differently, meet the resistance with kindness. Over time, consistent practice can soften any disbelief, helping the affirmation resonate more authentically. Try experimenting with affirmations tailored to your unique needs. If self-doubt plagues you, consider, "I trust myself to make choices that honor my deepest well-being." If you're healing from past disappointments, perhaps, "I release old patterns and open myself to a bright new chapter." For those seeking emotional balance, something like, "I welcome harmony into my mind, heart, and body," may feel deeply comforting. To amplify their power, pair affirmations with a grounding ritual. You might place a hand on your heart or gently stroke your arm as you say the words. You could write them in a journal each morning or whisper them into your reflection during mirror work. Another method is to record yourself speaking the affirmations in a calm, loving tone, then replay them while you're relaxing. These acts reinforce a sense of self-support that can gradually transform your internal narrative. Affirmations also become a wonderful tool when you face obstacles. If you find yourself in a moment of doubt, pause and recall a specific affirmation that fortifies you. Repeat it until you feel your energy shift. Notice how a single statement can hold enough power to uplift your entire mood. This is a profound demonstration of how your inner dialogue shapes your reality. Ultimately, affirmations are not about pretending life is flawless or ignoring genuine challenges. Rather, they remind you that beneath every obstacle lies a wellspring of resilience and love. By consciously choosing words that uplift, you invite your mind and heart into a higher vibration, one that naturally attracts healing, opportunities, and a growing sense of self-respect. In this radiant space, you become both the nurturer and the nurtured, the gardener and the blooming flower, basking in the light of your own loving truth. The body you inhabit carries a profound intelligence, one that reflects and responds to the thoughts and emotions circulating within you. When stress or anxiety grips your mind, your heart may race, your muscles may tighten, or your breathing may become shallow. Conversely, when you're immersed in loving, uplifting thoughts, you might feel lighter, freer, and even sense a pleasant warmth coursing through your veins. This intimate dance between mind and body is the essence of synergy, reminding you that how you speak to yourself directly influences your physical state. It can help to view your body as a cherished friend, someone who stands by your side day in and day out. If a friend were in distress, you'd likely respond with reassurance. I hear you, I'm here for you. Extend this same compassion inward. When discomfort arises in your body, be it a tense neck, a subtle headache, or a weary heart, pause and gently inquire. What are you trying to tell me? How can I support you? Listen without judgment. Sometimes a simple acknowledgement, like admitting you've been pushing yourself too hard or suppressing an emotion, is all it takes to spark a sense of relief. From a holistic perspective, self-love isn't just a mental or emotional exercise, it's also a physical journey. By caring for your body through nourishing food, restful sleep, and mindful movement, you're sending a powerful message of worthiness to every cell within you. Engaging in activities like gentle yoga, stretching, or even a walk in nature can become acts of reverence. As you move, remind yourself, I move with love and gratitude for all my body does for me. Equally, the words you speak to yourself can profoundly influence your body's capacity to heal. Studies and personal accounts alike reveal that when individuals approach their ailments with love and gentle encouragement rather than fear or shame, healing can progress more smoothly. This does not imply ignoring professional medical advice, but rather complementing it with consistent self-care. Embrace both science and the tender power of self-talk. Affirmations can be a golden thread weaving your mental well-being with your physical health. For instance, if you sense tension in your shoulders, you might say, I invite ease and softness into my body. I am safe to relax. If a lingering health concern troubles you, you can close your eyes and whisper, my body is wise and capable of healing in its own perfect rhythm. These supportive statements soothe the nervous system, signaling that it's okay to move out of survival mode and into a state of rest and repair. Honoring the mind-body connection will naturally pave the way for deeper self-love because it draws attention to how intricately all parts of you are linked. When you recognize that your body and mind work in tandem, You become more inclined to treat each aspect of yourself with kindness. Through this harmony, life's challenges feel a bit less daunting, and every step toward healing feels supported by a united front of compassion, mind, body, and spirit, aligned in the loving energy that is your birthright. Emotions can sometimes feel like a whirlwind, a surge of energy that pulls you in multiple directions and leaves you yearning for peace. Society often labels emotions as good or bad, urging us to seek only happiness and bury sadness or anger. Yet our emotional range is a vital part of our humanity, signaling where our attention and care may be needed the most. Picture a river flowing through a valley, carrying leaves, twigs, and the occasional debris. When the river moves freely, it cleanses itself. But if you build a dam to stop the flow, debris collects, and the water grows murky and stagnant. The same principle applies to our emotional life. When you allow your feelings to flow, by acknowledging, experiencing, and gently releasing them, they remain healthy and clear. But when you suppress or judge them, they accumulate, potentially creating tension or a sense of heaviness that can affect your entire being. So how can you embrace your emotions without being overwhelmed? Begin by simply naming them. You might say, "I notice I feel anxious," or "I'm sensing grief in my chest." This act of naming places a compassionate boundary around the emotion. Instead of letting it define you, "I am anxious," you recognize it as an experience passing through you. "I notice anxiety." This linguistic shift may sound subtle, but it can help you stand in the position of the observer, allowing space to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Next, offer the emotion permission to exist. If anger bubbles up, say gently, "It's okay for anger to be here. I am listening." When sadness surfaces, remind yourself, "It's natural to feel this. I honor my sadness." You might also practice placing a supportive hand on your heart or abdomen, signifying your willingness to be present with whatever arises. Breathing deeply and slowly can anchor this process, signaling to your nervous system that it's safe to explore these feelings. Through deliberate acceptance, you may find that even intense emotions eventually soften or shift on their own. Embracing emotions doesn't mean you will sink forever into despair or rage. In fact, allowing emotions to move through you in a compassionate way often reduces their intensity. It's the resistance, telling ourselves we shouldn't feel a certain way, that can keep them lingering or even amplify them. A helpful affirmation at such moments could be, "My feelings are valid, and I give them loving space to flow." Repeat this whenever you sense yourself pushing an emotion away. Over time, you'll learn that you can navigate the stormiest feelings with grace. You'll realize that even though emotions can temporarily cloud your sky, they are not permanent fixtures. Like passing clouds, they come and go, revealing clear skies once again. When you treat your emotions as honored guests, you affirm a deep level of self-respect. You show yourself that you are worthy of being heard, seen, and understood, from your brightest joys to your deepest sorrows. This is where genuine self-love gains its momentum, in lovingly witnessing all parts of yourself, no matter how they appear. A grand transformation often begins with the simplest of daily actions. These small, consistent gestures are like pebbles dropped into still water, They create ripples that extend far beyond the point of contact. In the realm of self-love, daily rituals serve as gentle anchors that remind you to remain rooted in compassion and kindness toward yourself, even when life's chaos tries to sweep you away. One of the most accessible rituals is journaling. Imagine opening a blank page each morning or evening and pouring out whatever rests in your heart. There's no need to censor yourself. Write about your dreams, your fears, your gratitude, and your frustrations. Journaling allows you to track patterns of thought and emotion over time, giving you invaluable insights into your healing journey. You might also include your affirmations here, turning each page into a safe haven of renewal. Mirror work is another powerful practice that has gained momentum across social platforms. Simply stand or sit before a mirror and meet your own gaze with softness. At first, it may feel awkward or uncomfortable, but that very discomfort often signals a place where healing is needed. Start with a gentle statement like, "I see you, and I'm learning to love you," or "I forgive you for the times you felt unworthy." Observe how your reflection responds. Over days and weeks, this practice can gently dismantle self-critical walls, allowing love to seep in. Mindful breathing is another gem of a ritual. You could do it at any point, while waiting for your coffee to brew, during a midday break, or just before sleep. Close your eyes, inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. Visualize each inhale as a wave of warm, healing energy, and each exhale as a release of tension, doubt, or negativity. Even a few cycles of intentional breath can reorient you toward a state of calm presence. Some people find comfort in setting reminders on their phone, little pings throughout the day that prompt a quick affirmation or a moment of gratitude. Perhaps the reminder says, "Pause and thank yourself," or "You are doing your best." These brief interruptions in daily busyness can be surprisingly potent, gently steering you back to a loving mindset. Creating a bedtime ritual can soothe your mind and body before rest. You might dim the lights, play soft music, and take a few minutes to list the day's successes or lessons. Let that be your final mental focus rather than replaying the day's stress. Then slip into sleep with an affirmation such as, "I release the day's burdens and welcome peaceful rest. I deserve gentle renewal." All these practices, though simple, can accumulate into a powerful shift in how you perceive yourself. The secret lies in consistency and sincerity. You don't have to do them all, and you don't need perfection. Rather, pick one or two that resonate with you, commit wholeheartedly, and watch as each daily act of kindness weaves a stronger, more compassionate bond with the person in the mirror. No journey of self-love is linear. Inevitably, you will encounter days when self-doubt roars back, or old wounds feel surprisingly fresh. These moments can shake your confidence, making you wonder if all the positive work you've done has been undone. But setbacks are not failures. They are invitations to look deeper and cultivate more compassion for yourself. Imagine that you're tending to a garden. You plant seeds, water them daily, and shield them from harsh weather. Yet there may come a night of unexpected frost. In the morning, you might find some leaves wilted, some blooms drooping. Does this mean all is lost? Of course not. You adjust your approach, perhaps cover the plants more diligently, or give them extra care to help them recover. Over time, the garden grows stronger, partly because it has learned resilience in the face of adversity. In the same way, when life throws challenges at your self-love practice, be it a hurtful remark from someone, a stressful life event, or an old fear rising to the surface, see it as a teacher. Ask, what can I learn from this moment? Which part of me still needs understanding? At times, setbacks highlight the areas where love has yet to be fully integrated. That awareness can guide you to nurture those vulnerable spots with even greater tenderness. Developing a compassionate perspective towards setbacks can also break the cycle of guilt and shame that often accompanies them. If you notice you've slipped back into negative self-talk, gently remind yourself, it's okay to stumble. This is part of the journey. Self-love is not about perfection. It's about presence. By staying present with yourself, no matter how imperfect the situation, you reaffirm your commitment to growth. It can help to keep an encouragement list for these rough patches. List out the positive steps you've taken, the affirmations you found most helpful, and the supportive words you'd offer a dear friend. When discouragement knocks on your door, revisit this list as a comforting reminder that one challenging moment cannot erase the progress you've made. Each time you rise from a setback, you fortify your resilience and deepen your capacity for self-acceptance. Another useful approach is to apply mindful self-inquiry when you feel overwhelmed. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and label what you're feeling. I feel disappointed, or I feel angry. Then ask yourself, where is this feeling located in my body? Place a hand there, and with compassion, breathe into that area. As you exhale, envision releasing any tension or negativity. Affirmation can be a gentle companion here. Every setback leads me closer to my truth. I choose to learn and grow. Remember, each time you overcome a setback, you are writing a powerful story of triumph, courage, and steadfast love for yourself. The path may twist and turn, but every twist is an opportunity to deepen your understanding and kindness toward the person you are becoming. Trust that these challenges are not here to defeat you, but to help you evolve into a version of yourself who is increasingly aligned with unconditional self-love. Gratitude is the quiet alchemy that can transform even the simplest of days into a treasure trove of blessings. When you take a moment to pause and appreciate what is going well, no matter how minor, the entire lens through which you view life shifts. The mind naturally has a bias toward focusing on problems or perceived threats, but gratitude gently reorients your thoughts, reminding you of the abundance that already exists in and around you. Try beginning or ending each day with a brief gratitude practice. Reflect on what brought you joy, comfort, or peace. It could be the warmth of your morning beverage, a supportive text from a friend, or the softness of your bed at night. The magic lies in recognizing these blessings consciously. You might write them down or speak them aloud, letting each acknowledgement fill you with a cozy sense of appreciation. Over time, this practice can act like sunshine for your spirit, encouraging more of life's goodness to blossom in your awareness. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is a profound act of liberation. Holding on to resentments, be they toward others or yourself, can be likened to carrying a heavy sack of stones on your back. Each grudge, each unresolved hurt, weighs down your ability to move forward freely. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone harmful actions or forget lessons learned. It means you release the emotional burden that keeps you tied to past pain. In doing so, you reclaim your energy for healing and positive growth. The first step in forgiveness is acknowledging the hurt. Pretending you're not in pain or telling yourself you shouldn't feel upset only creates more internal conflict. Instead, honor your feelings, then gently explore the idea of letting go. You might say, "I recognize I've been hurt. I choose to free myself by releasing resentment." If forgiving someone else is especially challenging, try seeing them as a flawed human being, no different from yourself, and understand that their actions may stem from their own unhealed pain. Self-forgiveness is equally crucial. We often hold ourselves to impossible standards, punishing ourselves for mistakes long after we've learned from them. Yet growth is an ongoing journey. The missteps you took in the past shape the wisdom you hold now. Give yourself permission to move on. A simple affirmation might be, "I offer myself forgiveness, knowing I did the best I could with what I knew at the time." When gratitude and forgiveness dance together, they create a symphony of transformation. Gratitude shifts your focus onto the blessings that surround you, while forgiveness clears away the emotional clutter that dims your capacity to see these blessings. This duo can swiftly elevate your vibration, making more space in your heart for love, peace, and joy. Imagine breathing in gratitude and exhaling forgiveness in a rhythmic flow. With each inhale, your heart expands in appreciation for life's gifts. With each exhale, you release a grievance or regret you no longer wish to carry. This gentle practice can restore harmony within and reflect outward, enhancing every aspect of your life. Indeed, gratitude and forgiveness stand as two pillars of self-love, steadfast supports that help you rise into the fullness of who you are, unburdened and radiant. As you reach this point in the journey, take a moment to pause and honor all that you've explored. You've delved into the gentle art of self-awareness, recognized the importance of releasing self-criticism, and embraced the transformative power of affirmations. You've glimpsed how deeply the mind and body are interwoven, and how welcoming your emotions can lead to greater harmony. Through daily rituals, you discovered that lasting change emerges from consistent acts of kindness toward yourself. And by learning to view setbacks as teachers, you found that each stumble can lead to more profound self-understanding. Now let gratitude and forgiveness stand as the final notes in this symphony of self-love. When you cultivate an attitude of thankfulness for the present moment, you automatically shift into a higher frequency, a vantage point from which you can see the beauty that has always surrounded you. And when you forgive yourself and others, you reclaim the energy that was locked in past resentments. In doing so, you pave the way for fresh opportunities, deeper connections, and a more peaceful relationship with yourself. Self-love is a practice, an ongoing commitment to seeing yourself as worthy of unconditional care. It's not about achieving an end state where all problems dissolve. Rather, it's about walking hand in hand with yourself through every twist and turn life presents. There will be days when negative thoughts resurface, when old wounds ache, or when you stumble into doubt. Yet with each breath, you have the power to return to a place of compassion and remember the truths you've learned here. You are lovable, you are capable of growth, and you are more than any temporary emotion or limiting belief. As you move forward, keep integrating the tools that resonate with you. Be it affirmations whispered before bedtime, journaling to track your evolving heart, or mindful breathwork that soothes both mind and body. Approach each new day as an opportunity to deepen this loving bond you've been nurturing with yourself. Treat yourself as you would treat a beloved friend, gently, kindly, and with utmost respect. To seal this journey, take a deep, slow inhale, and then exhale any lingering tension. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and silently repeat one final affirmation. I am worthy of love, and I promise to honor myself each day with compassion. Let these words gently echo in the chambers of your heart. Feel the warmth they bring, and sense a subtle yet profound shift in your inner landscape. A soft opening that invites more light, more acceptance, and more love into your life. Know that each time you return to these principles, you strengthen them. Each act of self-compassion becomes a building block, constructing a life of ever-expanding harmony. And as you offer this kindness to yourself, it naturally radiates outward, touching every relationship and encounter along your path. Carry this knowing with you always. You have the power to love yourself wholeheartedly, and in choosing to do so, you not only transform your own life, you light the way for others to discover the same love within themselves.